Hey YouTube, first off I want to thank all my new subscribers. I probably have about 300 since my last video, which is insane. And part of that's a testament to how long it's been since I made a video. It's been probably 3 or 4 months, and I sincerely apologize to all of you out there. You subscribe to see more videos, and then I stop making them. And I want to give you guys kind of a backup on what's happened in my life for the past couple months, as well as kind of a view of the tanks, as well as I'm actually moving. So I want all of your ideas on how I can rebuild these tanks, because I'm rebuilding all of them here in between the next 6 to 8 weeks is kind of when it's all going to happen. There's going to be a ton of videos and I'll post basically all at once of me doing that. And I want your help in doing that. So first off, here's a shell dweller tank. All 15 survived the winter and busy season. I'm an auditor, so this is my crazy time of year. I work like 65 to 80 hours a week. I had no time. For those of you who know what Bell's palsy is, I had Bell's palsy. I had the flu. I was miserable. I had a crazy winter. I had no time. Last thing I wanted to do when I came home was do water changes, so I didn't, and don't do that. My tanks went to crap, but I knew I was moving, so I'm going to rebuild them all here soon anyhow. And the real thing I want to know about this tank from all of you is, personally, I love how this tank turned out. I even love the hair algae in it on the rocks. I never thought I'd say I like algae in my tank, but I think it adds kind of a neat texturing to the tank, and I think it really adds to the tank altogether. The only thing I want to remove is that pile of rocks in the corner I'm staring at right now. I want those to go. I want more space on that side of the tank. I'm probably going to put some sort of plants over there. I'm thinking an Anubias, maybe some Anubias nana. I really like the small Anubias, so I think I might go for that. That's about the only change that I think I want to do to this tank. And I'm going to take out a little bit of substrate. Currently I have like 4 inches of substrate in here. That was a mistake. I really wanted to put multifactus, Neoloncrobus multifactus in there, or multis, which they love to dig. So I wanted to give them a lot of space to move. I didn't even need to give them that much. I put way too much substrate in here. So I'm going to take out a lot of the sand when I move, because it's just not necessary, and I don't want to carry 4 inches of sand in a 29-gallon tank. That's going to weigh a ton. So the second tank that I want to show off today, or not really show off its kind of demise. This is my main 29. As part of what happened during the winter, as I got too busy, I stopped doing water changes. I stopped running CO2. If you stop running a CO2 in a tank, you always run CO2 on. What happens? You get blackbeard algae. It's going to happen to you, and it happened to me. You see that? If you see that black there on the water sprite, that's the leftovers of black slime algae. I need to cut that piece out actually after the video here. But it basically kind of took over the tank, and I didn't know it because I had kind of a green dust algae that also took over. You can still see it in the back actually. That took over the front glass because once again I stopped doing water changes. So yeah, the algae took over the tank. It caused a huge dieback on the crinum here. I also had, for those of you who live in Ohio or the Midwest or know what's even happened here this winter, it's been crazy cold. We had the polar vortex twice. I mean, it's been well below zero for a decent portion of the winter. My apartment, unfortunately, was not designed for that because that's not Ohio weather. So it's been like 60 degrees in my apartment all winter, or less. Even during some of those, it's been like 55 degrees in here. I accidentally unplugged my heater. I didn't know it. So the crinum and a lot of the other plants suffered because of that. And lastly, for those of you who follow my videos, you're noticing you're not seeing my rams. They didn't survive like the week of the heater being unplugged. And I didn't know because I came home when the lights are off, because my cycle would end at like 8 o'clock at night, and I wasn't getting home until like 9:30 from work. So, yeah. Unfortunately, this tank is not what I wanted it to be. But I'm going to completely rebuild it here in about a month, as I said. I want to put more driftwood in here. I want to get more Wentii and kind of low-light plants that survive well. And I don't know why, but I love stem plants, but they do terrible in this sort of setup because they don't have high enough lights. You notice how the leaves don't go past a certain point. That's because after the leaves get to be so dense at a certain point, the light can't transfer enough down to the lower leaves, so it just drops them. Either I need to get higher light, and therefore higher CO2 to stop the algae, or I need to get plants that require low light, like the Wentii. So I'm going to go for that setup instead, because I'm not throwing higher light on here because I'm not going to do a professional CO2 rig, and I'm not going to throw more onto my DIY rig. I'm currently running 6 liters on this thing. It's crazy enough as is, and the plants go nuts when I have it running. But it's still just not enough to get the look I want, so I'm going to go for low light plants. Then probably the reason that most of you subscribe to my channel outside of the technical videos that I like to do, which more of those are coming. I plan on doing quite a few when I redo my rigs. But my 10-gallon, kind of my pride and joy, fell apart this winter as well, and I'm really not happy with it because Lugia loves CO2. When you stop running CO2, Lugia doesn't get happy. And as you can see, it looks just gnarly right now because it's just been growing odd over the past couple months, and I actually just kind of replanted everything yesterday, so that didn't help any at all. And overall, the tank just kind of suffered. You know, it's not really where it needs to be. It's not grown up to where it needs to be, but the CO2 running will fix that. I just turned it on yesterday. It's been running for probably a total of maybe like 8 hours right now. You can already see I'm getting some, I forgot the term for that. I'm going to say bubbling because I can't remember the term. But anyhow, this tank is starting to come back. It'll be where I want it to be in like a month when I move, when I have to tear it down. So I'm also rebuild this tank. The plan for this tank is I'm going to take all the Lugia, throw it in the corner. I want to do a carpet on this side. With what? I don't know. I'm still trying to decide that. It's not going to be anything crazy. I'm not going to do like baby tears or anything. That's just not going to happen. I'm thinking I might go for a bunch of short swords. Something of that nature. Oh, and actually, you know what? Since I could see one, I've got to show you guys this. That is an amphipod, my friends. The little clear thing I'm trying to zoom in on. Let me get down closer. Sorry for the shaky camera. That's an amphipod. I have a million of them in my tank. For those of you who haven't seen them, there are seriously a million in here. And now he went and hid. Crap. Well, that's one of the oddities of this tank that's actually happened over the winter as well. And I have no idea why. I seriously probably have like 150 amphipods in here. They easily outnumber the cherry shrimp. And I'd love to show more of them to you because I know most people don't have them in tanks. And they're very, very interesting creatures. But they're tiny and they move crazy fast. If you've seen how fast shrimp move, they move faster than shrimp. And they usually stay moving faster than shrimp. It's not just like they stop to hang out like, you know, the majority of, you know, cherry shrimp. So, anyhow, guys, I look forward to doing videos here in the future. I'm going to try to do more, as I said, here once I start the move. That's really going to change how my tanks are set up entirely. I'd really like some ideas on how to redo the tanks. I'm open to anything. I even considered turning this into like a Iwagumi setup. Not that I'd actually be able to do it, but I'd give it a shot. So, anyhow, guys, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the views, and I apologize again for not making more videos. So, have a good one. Bye.